War Games News Radio presents Astoundingly Awesome Tales. Brought to you by Nuka-Cola and Sugar Bombs. Get your daily dose of sugar with Sugar Bombs.
Hey there, Wastelanders, and welcome back to War Games News Radio for another Fallout Wasteland Warfare Battle Report. In this video, we're playing another mission which can be found in the Astoundingly Awesome Tales scenario pack. In our last two episodes, the Sole Survivor escaped from a sinister Vault-Tec experiment and made a new canine companion in the form of Dogmeat, but ended up angering some raiders in the process. And in this video, our Sole Survivor and Dogmeat are teaming up with the survivors of a settlement called Haven to repel the raider attack. This might be the end of the Survivors mini-campaign, but it's not the end of our Astoundingly Awesome Tales series. So let us know in the comments down below which faction you'd like to see us tackle next. Will it be the Super Mutants, the Institute, or the Brotherhood of Steel who get their crack next on Astoundingly Awesome Tales? The choice is up to you, so leave a comment and a vote down below. A huge thank you to M3 Studios for providing us with a ton of the 3D printed terrain that was used in this battle. If you want to get your hands on these awesome 3D print files, then check out the link in the description down below. And tell them WGNR sent you. And one last shout out to friends of the channel, Lee Kevin Keating and Ryan Gale, for providing me with the unique Raider and Sole Survivor sculpts that were used in this series. Absolutely love these, and thank you all so much for supplying the channel with all the resin and plastic crack we could ever ask for. The stage is set for a chaotic final battle as the survivors take on the raiders in Safe Haven. Let's get into the action.
We've got our Vault Dweller and Dogmeat here who've come across some survivors and scavengers in the settlement of Haven, but before they can get formally introduced, they're going to have to fend off an attack from a band of raiders. The scenario will last for 6 rounds and will be a survivor's victory if either the Sole Survivor or Dogmeat are able to get inside the settlement gates and stay standing by the end of the game. Vault Dweller and Dogmeat start around the center of the board, while the raiders start on all 3 of the board edges around the settlement here, which is at the back end of the board. As for our Haven survivors, they don't show up until the second round of the game and will start deployed along the perimeter wall. There are also 8 searchables scattered across the board on the 2 far ends here, and I doubt that we're going to have a chance to interact with those too much, but we'll see how that plays out. And to keep things spicy, we have not 1, but 2 vehicles on the board, which will be using the exploding car rules.
Leading up our forces is Nora, the Sole Survivor, equipped with her assault rifle, Vault 111 jumpsuit, flashlight, and fragile bobby pin, which she's picked up over the last 2 scenarios. Her always faithful Dogmeat scout companion armed with his dog bite, a lone Minuteman armed with a laser musket, and 2 settlers armed each with assault rifles. And on our opposing side, we have a veteran raider equipped with raider power armor, a nail board, and assault rifle, a scaver equipped with a bolt-action pipe rifle, and rounding out the enemies are 2 psychos, each equipped with a pipe wrench, and 2 raiders, one armed with a pipe rifle and the other armed with a machete.
And to make matters worse, all these standard raiders and psychos will respawn whenever they're defeated on a random board edge, so they're just going to keep on coming wave after wave, trying to defeat our survivors. We've got 6 rounds to victory and a never-ending swarm of raiders, so let's get into the action on Safe Haven. Top of round 1, and we've got our Vault Dweller and our Pooch there in the center of the board. Then we've got a Psycho and the Veteran. Then over here we've got the 2 raiders, one with a machete, one with a pipe rifle, and then we've got the Scaver and then another Psycho. We're up first and we are heroic, so it's going to be time for me to go ahead and see if we can get some extra action points on bottles. Yes, sir, indeed. We've got 2 quick actions there we can spend.
Nora uses her first regular action to move into some cover, putting her within long range of a psycho with her assault rifle. She takes a shot and deals 1 damage, also generating 2 critical points towards her assault rifle's special attack.
Now I've got 2 quick actions to play with here, so I'm going to go ahead and spend the first one to do a quick action shot at that same psycho. So this time the Vault Dweller is going to be hitting on 5s. That is a swing and a miss with that first shot, and then with my second quick action, I'm just going to prepare.
The machete-wielding raider is the first enemy to activate, and with that long green charge range, they're able to get right into base-to-base contact, with Dogmeat taking a green bonus die for the charge.
Well, we now have a raider in our face here, Dogmeat. Let's see if you can't make a chew toy out of him. Because he is within presence range of the Vault Dweller, it's going to be heroic for his activation as well, because of the dog handler rule. So let's see if we can get Coke bottles. Ooh, running away. No star, which means no extra actions. That's okay. Let's see if we can just put this guy down. Dogmeat is going to be attacking with his standard dog bite special, hitting on 6s. That is a crit fail for the first, no dice. Second attack, let's see if we can put some damage through. That's going to be a hit, 2 armor break. Oh, and we're going to generate a special effect there as well.
The explosion icon breaks the raider's arm, giving them a -2 to hit, and with 2 armor breaks, there's no way that they can stop any of the damage going through.
Well, 2 damage there, but that is the last of my activations, which means it is time for the Raiders to come out and do their thing. So let's run through their activations and see what happens.
The Psycho on the right side makes 2 moves to get closer to Dogmeat, but is out of charging range, while the Veteran Raider gets the Reckless Shoot action and moves up once to get closer to the Sole Survivor, but hitting on 2s through cover means the shot goes wide. The second Psycho moves and sets up their charge for next round. She takes a shot with the Assault Rifle and critically fails.
Well, Scaver is going to move once to get into shooting range with our melee fight over there, but he's also going to draw a free item from the Wasteland deck. And the Scaver got Camouflage. It is a clothing item. It does not cause triggers beyond 1 ruler length. Well, you're now a very stealthy Scaver with your Camouflage on there, but also a very reckless Scaver, so he's going to take 1 reckless shot into the melee. Okay, Scaver at long range, shooting into melee, hitting on 9s. That is a critical fail. So many fails this game already.
And rounding out the turn, the last Raider makes 2 moves up the board to get into better position for next time around.
The Raiders are closing in. We've done a little bit of damage here and there on a couple of models, but they've really got our number at the moment. But we're about to get some reinforcements coming in at the perimeter gates, so let's get into round 2. Event tech for round 2, we got Bear Force 1. Vertibirds are infrequent, but the Golden Bear insignia on its side shows this one is special. Maybe the NCR's president is on board right now. No effect. Now we still have the smaller model count, so we are going to get to go first, so I'm going to activate the Sole Survivor. First things first, rolling for VATS, looking for bottles for extra action points. 1 extra action point. Well, you know what? I'm going to start things off with a regular attack in on the Psycho at long range with our Assault Rifle, hitting on 7s. That is an 8. Oh, really wanted to do damage on that one. Not so much. Let's go ahead and try it again. Second attack, hitting on 7s. There we go. So that's going to be a hit with a quick action and an extra damage. So that's 3 damage on 2 armor. Stops 1, takes 2. Another 2 damage on the Psycho, and then we're going to add a critical point, and then I'm going to prepare with my last quick action there, just in case any of these guys decide to come a little bit closer and get a little froggy.
The Scaver activates and decides to put 2 shots into Dogmeat's melee combat. The first shot hits the Raider, but all of the damage is deflected, but the second shot hits Dogmeat, putting 2 damage through onto our pooch.
Well, I was hoping that the Scaver would do me a favor and take this Raider down a peg for me, but no such luck. That's going to bring it back to my side, which means, well, you know what? I'm going to activate one of my firing line here. And I'm going to shoot with the Minuteman into this lone Psycho down here with a laser musket. He is at long range, which means it's just going to be 1 black die rolling, hitting on 5s. That is a hit for 2 damage on, I believe it's actually just 1 armor. Ooh, he's going to take it both. Second shot, here we go, same thing, hitting on 5s. That is a hit with no extra damage, but again, only on 1 armor. Anything other than a 1, and this Raider goes down. Oh, that's a 1. He stops 1, takes 1, still alive with 1 hit point left.
The Raider in combat with Dogmeat activates next, and even with their charge bonus, they're not able to get any hits through with 2 critical fails.
Well, Dogmeat weathered that storm. Let's see if he can't get some other action done. So let's start him off with rolling for VATS because he's within range of the Sole Survivor. Looking for bottles for quick actions. Nope, no quick actions there. So let's just go ahead and do some damage. Going to attack, hitting on 5s with the Dogmeat special. Let's go. That is a hit with it was a 2 for an extra armor break there. So that's going to be 2 damage on 1 armor. That is a 4, so that's going to blow through all the armor, dealing 2 damage, taking this Raider out of play. Then we still have 1 more action, and yeah, you know what? I'm going to charge this guy. Yeah, I've got the distance. I'm going to do it. Charge in here, tie up this ranged shooting Raider here, and make this one work a little bit harder to come and get me. Might have made myself a bit of a target for this side, but maybe I can also lure some of these guys right next to the car and do a little explosion work. But let's see if any of that pays off, because it is going to go back to the Raiders. And lo and behold, it is the Raider Vet who's going to go. So their AI card says they attack a prepared model, so that's going to be our Vault Dweller over there. They got ranged reckless attack, so yeah, I think they're going to move up once and then make a ranged attack in with their assault rifle, but that is going to trigger the reaction attack first. So let's go ahead and resolve that. It's going to be a quick action from the assault rifle on our Sole Survivor, hitting on a 5. That is a 4 with no extra effects, so that's going to be a 2+1 strong armor on 2 damage. Okay, stops 1, takes 1. Plinking through 1 damage on the reaction, not so bad. It's actually also going to charge the critical point on our Sole Survivor, so they can make their critical attack next time around, but not before the Raider Vet gets a shot off. So same thing, shooting with the assault rifle. It's going to be hitting just on 2s because shooting through cover. And that's going to hit for 3 damage. 3 damage on 4 armor because of the extra armor from the cover. Stops 1, takes 2. Well, that was undesirable. Not trying to take damage on my Sole Survivor, but hey, that's what happened, and the Raider Vet is closing in. But it's going to be up to me to go now, and I think I'm going to unleash the assault rifle on my Settler here into this Psycho over here.
The Settler's first shot is a hit and deals more than enough damage to take the Psycho out of play.
And then, yeah, second shot, we're just going to go ahead and try to plink some more damage into the Raider Vet. So once again, hitting on 6s. That is another hit for 3 damage and a quick action. So we can prepare with the quick action and do 2+1 strong armor, stops 2, takes 1, which is actually just enough to break the Raider Vet's Raider power armor. So he's got a little bit less tanky armor now from this point on.
The Raider with the pipe rifle tries to do some damage on Dogmeat, and even at close combat range is able to get 2 damage through. Thankfully, their second attack is a miss.
Youch, an unexpected 2 damage in close combat from the Raider there. Not what I thought was going to happen. Not looking so good for DM there. Now, the only one on my side left to go is this Settler here, and their only valid target is this Psycho here. Now, they are shooting through this explodable car here, so any shot of a crit fail, I'm going to say that it strikes the car. So, shooting through cover, going to be hitting on 4s. That is a critical hit, not too shabby. That's going to be 2 damage on 3 armor because shooting through cover. Stops it all. Again, another shot hitting on 4s. That is a miss. Well, and that only leaves this Psycho here, and they're well within their charging range to come right in close onto Dogmeat here and try to do some damage.
Taking a black damage dive for their charge, the Psycho runs into Dogmeat and lays a smackdown, breaking through all of his armor.
And that's more than enough to put Dogmeat down and out of the game. Which means we need to now keep our Vault Dweller alive and back in these gates as soon and as fast as possible. And that's exactly what we're going to do as we round out and going into round 3. Event card for round 3, we got Wet Ground. I saw this one in the last battle as well. Days of heavy rain mean much of the ground rapidly turns to mud. Before attempting a melee skill roll, test agility. On a fail, the skill is treated with a -2 penalty. Well, the Raiders have some reinforcements. The Psycho respawned over here near the Scaver, and then we've got another machete-wielding Raider down at the front near the entrance gate there. But it's going to be back to our side, and once again, our turn to go first, and guess who? First things first, let's roll for our VATs, looking for Nuka-Cola bottles for extra quick action points. Okay, so we got 1 quick action point. I'm going to take advantage of that quick action there to make a quick action critical shot with the assault rifle into our veteran here. Now, critical shot with the assault rifle is black, green, and 2 yellows with a base damage of 3. So because it's a critical, it auto hits. Let's see all the effects. 3 base damage plus 4 base damage and 1 armor break.
The Raider Vet whiffs on their armor roll and takes all of the critical hit damage straight through. With their last remaining actions, the Sole Survivor makes a break for the settlement gates and takes some cover behind a wall.
Well, our injured Psycho here is going to be the next one to go, and they're going to run towards our Vault Dweller there, making a regular movement first, but that is going to bring them within reaction zone of one of our sentries here.
The Settler lands a 3 damage shot through cover, taking the Psycho out of play with a reaction.
Well, that gives us a little bit of breathing room with that Psycho out of the way, and yeah, let's see if we can't capitalize on that good luck, and we're going to keep on shooting with this Settler right here into our veteran Raider. All right, here we go, Settler at long range, hitting on 6s. That is a hit with 4 extra damage, my oh my. So that armor is going to be now broken down to 2 armor, so that's 4 armor, 4 damage, 2 armor. Oh, doesn't stop any of it. It all goes through. That brings the total of damage up to 6 now on our veteran raider. Only has 1 hit point left, so let's just see if maybe we can get lucky and bring this guy out of the game. Hitting again on 6s. That is a hit for 3 damage no matter what. He's toast. 2 armor, 3 damage. Stops 1, takes 2. You're out of there. Well, seeing their boss go down in a hail of bullets, this one scaver is going to move just about here to see if they can gain some more items. It's a lockpick test. We're going to leave that for now because they are going to take a shot at long range through to that settler.
The scaver's shot hits the target and deals 1 damage to the settler. The settler returns the favor and opens up with their assault rifle, dealing 5 damage over 2 shots to the scaver.
Wow, that's both of the big, heavy-hitting units from the raider forces taken out by settlers in this round. Not looking so good for the numbers here. Just a couple of raiders and psychos left, but there will be some more respawning. Let's see who's up next.
The psycho at the back of the board makes 2 reckless moves up the field. Their Minuteman then takes 2 shots at the psycho with their laser musket, but fails because he's shooting through cover. The raider on the left takes 2 moves and gets inside the settlement gates.
And last up for the raiders is Mr. Pipe Rifle, who's going to move once and then get themselves within long range with their pipe rifle there, shooting at the Sole Survivor. Raider with the pipe rifle shooting through cover, hitting on 2s. That is a hit for just 1 base damage, so that's 1 base damage on 4 now armor because of shooting through cover, and it's all stopped. A massive swing for the raiders in that turn, losing both the vet and the scaver. Now leaves them with just their 4 grunts, one of which is going to have to respawn this turn. But we have lost Dogmeat as well, so there's only 4 of us to 4 of them, and they're going to be activating first. So let's get into the action on round 4.
Looks like the Raiders are giving their survivors a run for their money, but we'll be back with the conclusion in just one moment. But if you're enjoying this video, then hit that like button, subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notifications so you don't miss new tabletop content coming from the channel on the regular. And if you really like what we do here on the channel, then consider heading over to our Patreon page or clicking the little button just down there, down below, to become part of our YouTube membership program. You get all kinds of great kickbacks and allow us to make more videos more often for you to enjoy. You can even become a named character in a future battle report just like this one, get double entry into future WGNRA giveaways and access to polls which help us drive the content here on the channel. With all the shameless plugs out of the way, let's get back into the action on Safe Haven.
Event deck for round 4, we got Overcast. Thick and low, the gray clouds bleach the color from the surroundings. Triggers at more than 1 range ruler length away are not detectable. Okay, top of the round, and we've got our last Psycho spawned here at the far edge. Another Psycho here hiding behind this car. Maybe not the best idea. We've got our Rifle Raider there and our Machete Raider way at the back behind enemy lines.
The Psycho on the far side moves once, revealing a lockpick test, but ignores the item to charge into close combat with the settler.
Okay, well, we're starting to get surrounded here by these raiders, so let's see what we can do about that. I'm going to activate the Vault Dweller there. She's going to try to take out this Machete Raider here at the back. So let's see if we get any action points on that. We do. We get 1 quick action point. I'm going to hang on to that and attack with a regular attack first.
It takes 2 regular attacks and 1 quick attack, but the machete-wielding raider is finally put down by the Sole Survivor.
And because we've got 2 hits, we're also going to charge 2 points towards our critical meter of 4. Well, with the Sole Survivor hiding a bit there, the raiders have got to make a play. So this Psycho is going to activate next, and he's going to try to charge. Now, raiders do not need line of sight to charge, and he's got more than enough room with his green movement there to charge around and behind, getting into close combat with our Sole Survivor. And that just leaves our wall defenders here, so I'm going to go with Mr. Laser Musket here, taking a shot into our raider. So that's going to be at long range, hitting on 5s. That is a hit for 4 damage on 1 armor. That's going to take it all. You are done in 1 shot from the Laser Musket. You are out of there. And with my last action with the musket guy, I don't want to shoot into close combat, so I'm just going to prepare and leave it at that. And I'm actually going to do the same thing with this other guard over here, because I also don't want to shoot into close combat. So it's just a round prepares all around.
The settler makes 2 close combat attacks with their assault rifle into the Psycho, but both shots go wide.
Well, end of round 4, and that was a quick one. We've got a sticky situation developing here inside the gates. Everybody is prepared and or about to get their face smacked off by some psychos. So we've only got 2 rounds left. Let's get into round 5. Top of round 5 and the end is in sight, but we've got some Raider reinforcements. One with a pipe rifle there on the right-hand side, and one with a machete there on the left. But that's going to bring it back to our side first to activate, because the Raiders went first last time. And you know what I'm going to do? We got to try to get rid of this Psycho. As always, with our heroic Sole Survivor, we're going to roll VATS, looking for some bottle caps. Nope, a nuke, nothing there. So just regular attacks going into this Psycho. Hitting on 5s because we are shooting in close combat. Come on, 5s. That is a critical hit, so that's actually going to charge our critical meter, which is super handy. So that's going to do 2 damage on now 3 armor because of close combat. That's all going to be stopped in this case, but more importantly, we've charged the crit on our assault rifle. So that's going to mean we can unleash a black, green, and 2 yellow die attack at close combat that auto hits. So that's super handy. 3 base damage plus 4 damage and no extra specials there. So it is going to be 3 armor as well. So 4 damage, 3 armor. Come on, let's go for a 4, and he's done. That's a 1, so he's going to stop 1 damage, and he's going to take 3 right through to the dome. A surprise critical attack has left this Psycho with 1 hit point left, but it is going to go back to the Raiders, and it's going to be this one here who attacks first. So that's not going to be so great for our Settler. It's going to be a charged attack, so a yellow for the pipe wrench and a black for the charge. Going to be hitting on 7s. That is a miss with the first, not too shabby. Second attack, charge bonus goes away. Let's see if he can hit on 7s again. That's a hit for 1 armor break, so that's going to blow through all the Settler's armor, leaving him with just 1 hit point left now because he had 1 before.
The Settler on the left side of the wall takes 2 shots at the closest Raider, dealing 1 damage.
And now the fight we've all been waiting for. This Psycho going into the Sole Survivor. Hitting on 7s with a charge bonus. That's a hit for 3 damage, 3 armor. Stops 1, takes 2. Second attack, no charge bonus. Again, hitting on 7s. That's a miss with a 9. Back to our side, let's go with Mr. Laser Musket. See if we can't put this Raider down.
The Minuteman's first shot goes wide, but he generates a quick action to be able to prepare, and the second shot unfortunately also misses. The Raider with the pipe rifle activates next and moves once before taking aim at the Minuteman, but their shot goes way wide.
Yeah, and you know what? Mr. Laser Musket's going to react to that shot as well. He's going to fire back, hitting on 3s. And that is also a miss.
And the last Raider activates, moving twice up the board to get inside the settlement.
End of round 5, and nearly all of the action worth mentioning is happening inside the gates of the settlement now, with this one shooter out on the outside taking some pot shots. But it's anyone's game. All we have to do is survive. And the Raiders are up first, and it's going to be this Psycho who got the randomized draw. They're going to make some attacks, try to finish off this Settler, hitting on 7s. That is a 4, so that's 2 damage, 1 armor. There's nothing they can do to save this. Nope. No damage stopped. They are out of the game. That's going to leave our Psycho free to make a move or charge. They can't charge into anybody because they'd have to do a climb, so they'll just move once further deep into the settlement, not able to get into any more of the action with the Vault Dweller. Back to our side, and I've got to try to put this last Psycho down before he's able to do any additional damage to our Vault Dweller. So let's see if we can get some action points. Rolling for VATS. We got 1 additional action point, not too shabby. I'm going to start things off with a regular attack with my assault rifle. So it's going to be hitting on 5s. That is a hit with a quick action and 4 damage. There's nothing that this Psycho can do to save it. Nope, all the damage is blown through and he's dead. I now have 2 quick action points, and we are looking in good shape. So I'm just going to keep the shooty train rolling, because if I can put this guy down, there's no way that this lone shooty Raider over there is going to be able to do enough damage to me. So if I can take this Raider down, we're going to call it a win. So it's a long-range shot going in on this Raider, hitting on 7s. That is a hit with another quick action, 2 damage on 2 armor. He's going to stop none of it, so it all goes through. So let's just go ahead and do it one more time. He only has 2 hit points left. If we can do 2 more points of damage, this game is done. Hitting on 7s, that is a miss. That is a miss, and it would have been a 4 damage shot too. But oh well, the Raiders are going to get a chance to go again. And you know what? For the sake of keeping things interesting, we're not going to randomize which raider goes, and we're just going to make a charged attack straight into the Vault Dweller here for the fate of the game. So he's got a machete, which is a black and a green die, extra black for the charge. He's going to be hitting on 5s. This will decide the fate of the game. That is a hit. Oh, that is a hit for just 2 damage because it's a 1 base damage weapon, which means 2 damage on 3 armor. 1 is stopped, 1 goes through, meaning we still have plenty of hit points left over. There's nothing that this Lone Raider will be able to do to take us out, so that's going to be a survivor's victory.
A photo finish for the survivors. I'll be honest with you folks, I didn't think we were going to walk away with that one with the win. But thankfully, Nora and Dogmeat were able to take a couple hits on the chin and make it out of the settlement in one piece. This first mini campaign may be wrapped up, but we've got more coming your way from the Astoundingly Awesome Tales mission pack. So get your votes in down below on whether you'd want to see us tackle the Super Mutant, the Institute, or the Brotherhood of Steel mini campaigns next. Another huge shout out to the folks at Modifius, M3 Studios, Lee Kevin Keating, and Ryan Gale for providing us with all kinds of great bits and bobs that we used in this video. And of course, thanks to you, the viewer, for taking time out of your day to watch this silly little channel. It means the world that you folks are tuning into these videos week after week, and that's why we do it for you folks there at home. So thank you again so much for watching, and stay tuned because as always, WGNR will be back.